Hey everyone, welcome back. Sorry I'm falling behind once again. You know, working at a grocery store during Thanksgiving week, every day's fucking Black Friday. Before we continue on our retread of old missions, we have unlocked the ability to have a bandana. So we're going to be wearing it this here next mission.
Boss, your objective is to steal an entire truck from a PF convoy. We don't have a fix on the truck we want, but the intel team has spotted the unit that's been tasked with escorting it. They're stationed at the guard post to the north of Nova Braga Airport on the Savannah. The rendezvous with our target will be any time now. Start by heading to that guard post. Then follow the...
So let's just skip over this here intro because it's, nothing new. So first thing we gotta do, we're gonna send Quiet to go ahead and escort the check out the mission area for us. But we are gonna need to grab the intel file here, as that's part of the side missions. But hey, let's talk a bit about my job, because if you really want me to explain this mission going through again, you could watch the non-extreme version. It's the exact same thing. Anyways, I work in a produce department. So of course, people will decide that on the day before Thanksgiving, 8 p.m. is a great time to come inside of the store and try buying collard greens, green beans, potatoes, what have you. No, it's not a good time to come shopping, dumbass.
Perfect, boss.
I hope you bought a better hamburger this time, Kazuhira.
Right. Well,
the last one was lacking in every way. The patty was too thin, the bun too dry, and the lettuce days old at best.
Hey, that was 100% all beef patty, and no shortening in the bun either.
Nature's blessings, unadulterated in hamburger form. Is that it? But when taste falls short, so does our gratitude to nature. Making such precious blessings unpalatable is sacrilege.
I hate to admit it, but I think you're right. I should have known better than to settle for second best. That's why I had him run some more R&D, develop a new burger. In fact, one of our researchers just dropped by with the latest results. Here it is. See how you like this?
We shall see indeed. I thank you for this bounty, Mother Earth.
So, what's the verdict?
Not bad.
And?
But it does not hold a candle to what I ate back home.
Everyone's a critic. Damn it. I was sure the Kobe beef, but maybe we didn't have enough. If we had any more, we're cutting into our profits.
Profits?
We'll be taking a loss on every unit.
What are you talking about?
Huh? Oh, anyway, I'll be back with another round of product.
I will be waiting. Did you say product?
Code Talker's my kind of guy. Just because your burger is cheaper or whatever doesn't mean it should fucking suck. I don't care how it, your preferred method of cooking or whatever. If it's bad, I'm gonna call you out on it.
That soldier, he isn't with the CFA.
Of course, when I go to do my little infiltration right here, okay, so we'll go ahead and chuck a magazine, and I jump a little too early, like a fucking idiot. Well, so much for that. So this is gonna be my A-rank, sorry, not my A-rank, my S-rank mission. So we're just gonna go ahead and ride on in and take out the skulls. was trying to get my extract the CFA guys as well, but I fucked that up because I mistakenly assumed one of the guys down here is a CFA, or not a CFA, but a ZRS guy, but it's a CFA guy instead, so yeah. That didn't work out too well. I also liked how you could briefly see a mortar flying in the air as the skulls jump out. But yeah, so burgers. And I guess cooking in general. You know, being a fairly picky eater, it's why I never want to eat when I'm at other people's houses. I always, you know, no, sorry, I ate before I came here, or whatever. Just because, man, some people, yeah, I could be a little rude, yeah, I'm kind of an asshole for eating their food that they so generously made me. But if I don't like it, man, I'm going to tell you. What, do you want me to force myself to eat something I don't like? Also, as Miller talks about Kobe beef, I have never tried that before. I understand Kobe beef is beef made from cows from Japan in a city called Kobe. And they do stuff like massage the cows or something like that and feed them really good food and all kinds of stuff, and it makes like well-marbled beef. I've always wanted to try it just because, you know, it's an interesting thing to try, like, meat that's been prepared, for lack of a better term like that. But every place I go to, well, not, but like restaurants I go to, I'll see them like say, oh, we got Kobe sliders, or, you know, saying that their meat is Kobe beef. And I have this feeling that they're not actually Kobe beef. I think they're just lying, because it's a very expensive beef, and I have a feeling Halibut Grill or Elephant Grill or whatever selling these things for like $2 or $3. I'm pretty sure that's not actual Kobe beef. Or at least, you know, Kobe beef that has been cut with American beef. So yeah, so I never tried them out. I'm like, if I want to spend for Kobe, I'll, like, if I ever go to Japan sometime, I'll try some authentic Kobe beef burgers. And speaking of, like, burgers made in such a way, or beef patties a certain way, I was actually thinking for this video to join the cassette tape that we just listened to. I was going to try out that that beer cheeseburger that they got at Carl's Jr., which is like, it's just a bacon burger with a cheese sauce that had beer in it. But my lord, is that fucking expensive. Dear God. Just a single patty burger of that is like a meal. I think a small meal would have ran like almost $10. And if I wanted to get a 3rd pound patty and, you know, get the authentic burger experience, it would have ran like $12 fucking. I'm like, holy shit. That's more than an hour of fucking wages here for a fucking burger that I might not even like, because I'm not a big fan of beer. So yeah, that didn't happen. Sorry, guys. But it's patty. They make this emphasis that it's a non-hormone enhanced natural grass-fed patty. And I've tried one of those patties before, and honestly, I'm not tasting a big difference.
You can also drive it.
Also, yeah, they reuse the you know, the epilogues, the post-mission talks, again. And so, now we're gonna go ahead and grab the rest of the side missions that are for this. The ones I missed at the very beginning is seeing the convoy, which is those tanks that escort the trucks over here. Unfortunately, I somehow managed to not see them, so I didn't get that mission done. Also, you can knock guards over with with doors. I don't know if I ever showed that off. And then we also need to go ahead and grab our CFA guys, which is ZRS guys again. Sorry, I am mistaking all of our like 4 or 5 or more, like 3 factions of mercenaries here. And of course, there's also the ones where we gotta listen into the conversations. And do you really want to listen to those in real time? But yeah, so all natural grass-fed patties. Honestly, it does taste a little different. I'm not gonna like, oh, they all taste the same. Like, again, as I said, there is a oh, I managed to set myself off with the mine. That's not my brightest moment. And of course, this asshole, instead of going the way I wanted him to go, is gonna go take this way. So whatever. But yeah, so you know, there's a difference between a 73 and 17% patty, I mean 27% patty, and a 80 and a 20. So yeah, there is a slight difference between an all-natural grass-fed meat patty. But I don't think it's worth the premium price. And it's just sort of a thing too. Once again, going back to working in a produce department, this theory I have with cooking is that once you have X amount of ingredients in your plate, the individual ingredients themselves aren't actually going to be any different. I mean, they're not going to make a big difference in the taste of it. And I'm talking like, the most frustrating part of my job is when people want to come in. First thing they do, they don't look at the produce, they don't check on it, they just walk in the door, walk straight to me. I want you to pull jalapenos from the back. I want you to pull collard greens from the back. I want you to pull kale from the back. And it's like, okay, if you're going to use those jalapenos to make salsa, I can guarantee you grab 5 jalapenos right now, come back in 3 days, grab 5 from our refrigerator, and cook 2 batches of salsa, separating the 2 jalapenos, and you're not going to taste the difference. A fucking jalapeno is a jalapeno. You know, my jalapeno that's been in the fridge is not going to taste any better than a jalapeno that's been also in a fridge, because all of our stuff's in a cooler unit. There's not going to be a taste difference. You're not going to taste the difference. You're going to fucking salt it, you're going to pepper it, you're going to add peppers, and you're going to add all kinds of shit to it. You're probably going to eat it with sour cream, you're going to throw it on chicken, wrap it in a tortilla, throw some cheese on it. You are not going to taste the individual difference of that fucking jalapeno. So please stop coming into my job and having me grab shit from the back. Anyways, now we're going to do some side missions now that that rehash is over. We got to rescue a few more children. Somehow they all managed to make it to Afghanistan, which is pretty impressive. So we're going to come right on in, you know, Bride of the Valkyrie style. We're going to shoot all these guys that have this child prisoner. Oh wait, is that a fucking bear? Huh. I guess there's no guards protecting this child. Well, that's kind of interesting.
Be careful down there, boss. According to the intel team, the escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure them.
Oh man. That is just great. This child is trapped up there with 2 bears. How did this happen, kid? Well, he's gonna be up there for a while. Let's take a smoke break. Okay, that's enough waiting for the, you know, letting the child suffer. Let's go take out these bears. Of course, we're gonna want to take these bears home with us too, so we need a proper distraction. Go for it, D-Dog. You can be like that one movie, what was it? Something in Otis with the cat and the dog, and don't they like throw the dog at a bear? Yeah, there we go. Good job, Dee. Let's get this guy taken care of. This bear is not going out quite as easily as the very first one I took out. This ain't... God damn, look at all those headshots. Now that bear has, like, had enough tranks to make a beluga whale see Jesus in him. Good lord. And once again, context-sensitive buttons. I can't pet my dog this close to the bear. Good job, D-Dog. We got that bear good. Alright, boy. Same verse. Second verse, same as the first. Distract that bear for me. There we go. Excellent way to distract the bear. Just phase right through him. Huh. That one went by a hell of a lot easier. Good job, Dee. Good boy. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we can do any dog fighting or animal fighting. Well, I don't know. Hey, D-Dog does save us if, like, hyenas and the like pounce on Snake. Actually, I wonder if bears have like a pounce attack animation too, and if D-Dog does anything about it. I'll have to try that out next time. So, getting this kid off is going to be kind of a problem, because he decides he's going to hide right under the archway here, so I can't use the balloon to get him out. And yeah, I'm still using balloons instead of wormholes, because not only are wormholes hella expensive, but they attract the attention of every guard in like a 50-meter radius. Oh, Snake, you fucking asshole. Oh, man. Oh, man. I don't know why I did that. It seemed funnier at the time.
Okay, subject is in.
What's also weird is that we got the brown bear emblem part. I'm pretty sure I've extracted a brown bear before. I did that as a side mission at the very beginning. And hey, some tapes.
Boss, we found weapons in the children's section of the living quarters. As you know, weapons are strictly off limits. We've got some rule breakers. The weapons we found were handmade. Blades ground out of knives and forks, a couple of bow guns built out of scrap, and explosives made using detergents. And get this, the explosives were tightly packed with nails. The kids put the blame on, you guessed it, Eli. I guess that's what he meant by consequences.
I questioned him about it, but this time he claimed they want to be put out on missions. Send us to the battlefield, he says.
Miller, enough is enough. You've protected him too much already. It's my turn to question him.
Protected?
What Eli's doing is issuing a threat. Comply with my demands or I'll respond with force. But it'll be war at this rate. Forks and soap aren't gonna kill us, but some of them will end up dead. Is that what you want? Now, I hate to say it, but they want to be on the battlefield. It's time you gave up this fantasy.
Eli, he said they'd rise up against us if we bring the last kid back.
There, you see? Ignore his demands. Don't let him return to quarters. That attitude is contagious. We lose control over them for good.
For the time being, we've confiscated those handmade weapons. We're bumping up security and the number of psychiatric counselors. As for Eli,
He needs some very special care.
you mean solitary?
Well, we can't leave him in contact with the other kids. If you won't do it, I will. Boss, keep working on extracting those kids.
Wow, Eli's kind of a fuckhead, isn't he? Gonna have to maybe slam him down on the ground a few times, maybe injure another shoulder. By the by, I hope you noticed that it ran us nearly 15 grand to bring in Pequod. The armor upgrades and whatnot, man, these really start to go up in price. Also, I seem to be having some audio desync. It's either in the actual video itself or it's just in my preview video here in Premiere Elements. I'm gonna apologize about that. I thought I had this issue fixed where there's a desync between audio if a video records too long and Shadowplay will automatically cut the video and start a new recording. I know I said I was going to try to use OBS, but I can't seem to figure it out. When I did try to do it, it dropped my frame rate to like 20 FPS. I don't know what the fuck I did wrong. But yeah, I'm really hoping this is just in the recording here. Anyways, so yeah, rescuing more children. Eli's being kind of a fuckhead. He's gonna try having an insurrection against us, and they're building shit out of knives and forks and whatnot. Which actually is another story I can bring up now. About my jury duty that I had last month. I can say those prisoners are pretty damn good, ingenious I should say, about making weapons and shit. This weapon, in this case, one inmate walked across to another inmate and slashed him a few times in the head.
Roger.
And this is actually a funny story in itself. I'll get to that here in a minute. But yeah, so the suspected weapon was a tomahawk, which was like a 2-inch pencil that had some cloth tying a few razor blades that was broken off from a shaver and, you know, affixed to it to make it like a fucking tomahawk, like an Indian tomahawk. And they showed me the weapon. I'm like, oh my god, man, they can use lighters to melt like plastic stuff. I got really fucked up. That was a bad move of mine. And I just want to kind of look at these guards because they all seem to go in their own like cover, which is honestly impressive. Again, I absolutely love the guard AI in this game. If they could somehow take the guard AI here and like put it into Arma, that'd be amazing. Also, they're hell reactive to Snake. Oh my god. Anyways, going back to my story. So yeah, they made a fucking tomahawk out of a pencil and some fucking razor blades from shaving. And what's actually funny about the weapon thing is that the defendant, the guy who did the cutting, when it was his turn to talk, he goes, I didn't use a tomahawk. I never had one. I used a piece of a mirror just like this one. And he pulled out of his pocket a plastic reflective mirror piece. You know those things that usually you have in your locker in school? He somehow got this into the fucking courtroom despite being handcuffed and whatnot. He managed to get it into the fucking courtroom, and seeing the police officers in the courtroom, you just saw them tense up as soon as he pulled that out. Said, I used this. And that was the funniest goddamn thing. It certainly, I think it made the whole jury duty thing pretty worth it. Like, oh my god, he fucking smuggled that into the courtroom. There's our justice system, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, subject is in.
But yeah, in the end, we found the suspect not guilty of a few of his charges. One thing that's actually frustrating about the American justice system, if I may be somewhat political, besides cutting the head, he also punched two other victims, two other inmates. And for some reason, we had to charge him twice for the second series of punches. One for just plain old assault with intent to injury, and then one for assault with a deadly weapon. And we're like, well, we asked the judge, hey, do we have to consider both charges, you know, the previous charge, like, and they said, no, you're not supposed to consider the previous charge in making a decision on the current charge. So we had to get him guilty twice for one punch. Yeah, that's American justice system. Fantastic. Anyways, here's the last kid for this video. Once again, I came in expecting to do like some Black Hawk Down shit or something, but no, there's actually zombies around, and usually when there's zombies, there are skulls somewhere.
The escaped kids should be around here. Locate and secure.
So we're gonna go ahead and drop a Brennan off so we can deal with the skulls when they arrive. Because usually that's how this works, right? When there's zombies around, the skulls infect them. Well, I guess that's not always true, but there's no mist that's going on, and usually the mist comes from the skulls themselves. So this child's gonna have a pretty great story. Oh man, Snake came in and just killed a whole bunch of zombies. I guess the previous kid also would have a story of Snake coming in on a helicopter as the helicopter shooting bad guy, that Snake's running through the field with him on his back. I mean, sure, there might be a little bit of trauma, you know, kid might not ever want to go near helicopters again without imagining dozens of Russian guards being gunned down in front of him, but, you know, it builds character. The kid will get stronger for that. You have to experience, you know, some people have to experience bad things so they can become a better person for it. Also, that was a dick move, whoever designed this level. Just putting that sheer drop right there. And hey, it's been a while since we've been shotgunning some zombies, so here we go. Nah, we'll just punch them instead. Just like in Resident Evil 5. That's the one where Chris had like huge ass bicep arms, right? I swear, with those arms of his, he probably would have done more damage just punching the fucking zombies than shooting them. Hey kid, this is just like in the movies, right? You don't need to watch Dawn of the Dead. You lived it.
A whole lot of trouble they put us through. Making me worry like that.
So again, how the hell do these kids get from, you know, the Seychelles water all the way out here to Afghanistan? Or Africa, for that matter? Like, okay, I get that they came off on a helicopter. D-Dog, you need to move. I understand that, like, they smuggled on a helicopter, but what the hell were our helicopters even doing in those two areas? And how convenient that the children, you know, went to the helicopters there instead of helicopters somewhere else. Okay. Oh, shit. Wait. Well, this video is gonna probably be fucking deleted. Accidentally killed a child. Good job, Snake.
Boss, you killed a child. I'm aborting this mission.
I didn't kill the child. I just, you know, decided I didn't want to leap off of a ledge because I probably would have fucking died. And yeah, that didn't work out. D-Dog, you need to quit jumping in the fucking way like that. So yeah, I knew that Snake was going to die if he made that jump, and that child just proved that, yes, someone would have died if we tried to jump. So, you know, you gotta wait. You kill the legendary Snake, the legendary big boss, or some kid, you know? I mean, you know, one guy gets rid of nukes, one's probably gonna walk into the produce department and dig through the fucking beans and play through them like they're on a fucking sandbox and drops your beans all over the floor, and then you step on a bean and fucking slide halfway down the department. I don't like kids, guys. I really don't like them when they mess with the stuff at work. Also, I'm 12. Hey kid. Hey kid. Sadly, he has no reaction to being thrown in a porta potty and have the door shot a few times. No, just having some fun. You gotta let him know what life's gonna be like when he's living on Mother Base.
Boss, I have a quick report for you here. We've discovered a radiation leak in the laboratory on the quarantine platform. It's coming from testing equipment we installed the other day. Members of the medical team have been conducting research there, but we'll evacuate them all from the research block to the containment block next to it. Emmerich.
There's no need to worry. No radioactive material is leaked, so the contamination won't spread. We just need to seal off the testing equipment.
I've dispatched the security team to get the researchers out. I'll keep you updated.
Great job, Emmerich, you fuck. This is why we're gonna kick you out, nerd. Sadly, nothing changes back at Mother Base, so let's just go ahead and listen to the rest of our cassette tapes, as they're somewhat vitally important stuff. They got yellow next to them.
The kids you brought back to base have laid out the situation. They all escaped to each of their home villages, or were trying to get home, and lost their way. Not that homesickness is gonna explain everything we've seen.
Each of their home villages. They were trying to raise troops for the rebellion.
You really think these kids have an armed uprising in them?
You read the report of the security team member who had a rock thrown at him. There'll be a riot if we don't do something. And Miller, this is because you didn't act fast enough.
Fine. I'll admit you were right this time.
Seal off the kids' quarters from outside contact before it's too late.
All right.
Eli said his rebellion would start when the last kid is brought back, right? You better be ready to meet him head on if it really happens.
Yeah.
You should have left it to me in the first place.
Boss, they're just kids. We have a responsibility to see that those kids make it. It's not about feeling protective or the pros and cons. I hate kids. That's exactly what I heard from the people who raised me. People who abandoned me, more like. That's the spark that kept me going, you know? I wanted to show those adults what I was made of. Wanted to get back at them one day. But before I knew it, I was all grown up. Never saw it coming. All of a sudden, people treated me as an adult. Some adult I turned out to be. But I feel like if my life had been different, if the adults I knew had been different, I could have grown up better. Yeah, that's it, all right. I wanted to use those kids to test that theory. That's all this was. From their point of view, I'm no different from the assholes who gave me a hard time. When this is all blown over, I'll talk it out with them. If that's still possible. Boss, there are still kids out there. Bring them back safe.
Boss, it's me. Eli's revealed what he wants. He wants to speak with you. With Big Boss. He just said, bring my father here. Eli's too smart for his own good. No way to tell what he's thinking. All we know for sure is his men are important to him. That means we can use the escaped kids as leverage in any negotiation. Once you brought the last one back, I'll interrogate him. If the kids do rise up, we'll meet them full force. End of story. I didn't want things to turn out like this. We could have prevented it, but it's too late now. If Eli means to take this all the way, he's gonna force us to do the same. Boss, go get that last kid.
Well, looks like we're gonna have an armed insurrection. If they want to fight, by God, it is our right to give it to them. Good night, everybody.
I don't know how you do it. I put together some really impressive deals. But this thing you've pulled off, it's amazing. A big and tasty for just $1? How do you do it? What's your secret? Together, Grimace, we could own this town.